let's go into some marketing and strategy stuff. So, the video I just did before was all about what I was thinking and what was going through my head. A little bit crazy, but it worked. And then marketing and strategy, what I actually did. We're going to just go make that full screen again now. Okay. So I was obsessed with building a unique brand. What I mean by that is I wanted my business to stand out from every other generic looking beauty salon website and social media page. All my branding was hot pink, white, and black. And everything was about looking and feeling hot and like your prettiest, your hottest version of yourself, because that's how I felt at the time when I had spray tan and hair extensions on. I was like, this is the best version of me. I look amazing. So I put myself in the customer's shoes, and I was thinking, well, if I was someone searching for a spray tan or searching for hair extensions or something around this area, what would make me want to stop? And I sat down with pen and paper and I just wrote down heaps of ideas, and I was just always trying to make and like looking at everyone else's and just trying to make mine better. I made sure my website was different from everyone else's. I wanted to make it cool, so that when people were searching for extensions or spray tans, they would remember it and choose it because it was the best that they could find. So once again, putting myself in the customer's shoes, some people will find one business once and just straight up choose it and go for it. A lot of people will look at all the competitors and then kind of make a decision of which one they wanted to go for. I was like, I want to be the best one they can find. I want my website to be better than the others. And I always got good feedback from customers saying, like, I chose you because of your website. It was so good. So that's good feedback. I knew I had to have a unique and better offers as well, and promotions than my competitors too. So this doesn't necessarily mean cheaper prices. It just means that I needed to have like a better bundle, a better promotion, better deal, or a better like theme for what I was selling, because I wanted to stand out and get attention and get clients. And I knew that things that were slightly different or new and a little bit different are what would stand out and get attention. If I blended in with everything else and every other business out there and I was doing the same thing that everyone else was, I was just going to blend into the clients. I needed a little bit of like a shock factor of like, oh, that's different. That's new. I haven't seen that before. So I didn't want to blend in. And I also didn't care what anyone else thought or said about it back then. I knew that they were like, I had hundreds of clients who loved my brand and loved the like kind of craziness that I was doing with it. And they were the ones who I was doing everything for. The type of people who like complain or gossip and things like that, they're not people that I want to hang out with anyway, those kind of judgy people. So I didn't care. I was just like, I'm going to make my branding and website and marketing all for the type of people that I want to attract, which is people like me. I wanted to feel excited. I wanted people to feel excited. I wanted to feel excited about it too, and like proud of my marketing and stuff. But I wanted, when people came to me, I wanted them to feel excited when they found my business because it felt new and different and exciting. I was constantly tweaking and improving my website and all my SEO for fun most nights. Basic SEO tip that I'll just throw in here for free is, if you have any images on your website, like of your work or of your clients or testimonials or whatever, make sure every single image is actually titled. Like every single image on my website was titled Hair Extensions Brisbane 1, Hair Extensions Brisbane 2, Hair Extensions Brisbane 3, Spray Tanning Brisbane Sunnybank, Spray Tanning Sunnybank Hills, Spray Tanning. Like, the images should be called the things that people are Googling, and then when they Google it, they're more likely to find your website. You also want to have that text on every single page of your website in the writing. All right, back to it. I was posting fun and interactive posts on my social media. So I wasn't just putting up posts like showing off my work and being like, hey, there's some work we did today. Hey, look at my work. Hey, look at this. Because once again, that was boring and blended in. My goal with my social media posts, so Facebook and Instagram were out by now as well when I had the multiple shops. It was only when I very first started that was just just MySpace. I started in 2006. Facebook came out in 2008. Long time ago. So yeah, my goal with the social media was to make it really social. And this is something that some people are really naturally good at and some people need a little bit of help with. But I wanted my posts to get comments. I wanted them to be interactive. So my goal was to get people talking to me, having conversations in the comments, and then also talking about themselves in the comments. So I wrote really interactive, engaging posts and captions, and they worked really well, and they got a lot of views because of that, and a lot of clients because of that. Strategy wise, I also gave myself an advertising budget. Should have put the dollar sign on this one. Gave myself an advertising budget, and I made myself spend it every single week. I didn't talk myself out of it. At least $50 a week I would spend on ads. It's more than that now, but when I first started, $50 a week was what I could comfortably afford. 2 spray tans would cover that. And that was ads on mostly Facebook, but I did do Google ads as well, because they worked too. And I would track them and have a look at them every week and see which ones were working and which ones didn't, and learn from doing. So not all my ads or promotions worked, but I was like, whatever, I'm going to spend the $50 anyway. If it works, cool. If it doesn't work, cool. I didn't worry about it though, because some of them did, and I knew that if I kept practicing and if I kept trying new ideas, then some of them would probably work. And so when I did have an ad that worked really well, I then went all in on it. I spent even more money in on it. I spent as much as I could kind of afford on it, because I knew it was making me money. And so it would make me a lot more money in return. I saw it as kind of like guaranteed gambling, where I'm like, you put money in, you get more out. It's cool. It's working. You have to track the numbers a little bit. I was never really, really, really good at tracking numbers, but when it came to making money and stuff like this, I would look at the numbers. So I knew that I wasn't in financial trouble, and I knew that I was making money. Okay. I left all the other number stuff to my accountant because not my favorite thing, not my jam. When I thought about any big successful businesses or franchises who my vision was to kind of become like I wanted to have multiple stores, I wanted to be well known, I wanted to have a good reputation, they all advertised a lot everywhere all the time. So when I worked in the signage and print company, we worked with a lot of really big businesses and franchise, and I did a lot of their marketing for them. It was mostly print stuff like flyers and signs and things. But they all spent so much money on advertising, and they were such big, well-known brands. So I was like, well, successful, serious businesses advertise. So I've got it. It's just non-negotiable. It made sense to me that if I wanted to keep growing as big as I could and attracting as many clients as possible, I needed to advertise. It was non-negotiable for me. I didn't see it as a maybe I will, maybe I won't. It was just had to happen. I never even tried to just rely on organic content. I know organic content works. I know people that are very successful with organic only strategies. That's fine, but almost every post that I wrote was designed to be boosted and turned into an ad. And if I wouldn't spend money on it, then in my mind, it wasn't good enough. And also I knew that if I boosted posts and ran ads, I could control and scale the growth of my business with that, because I knew that if I spent $50, I could make 200. If I spent 200, I could make 1,000. If I spent 1,000, I could make 5,000. If it was a good ad and if it was working. So that gave me a sense of control, and I wasn't ever like just relying on the algorithm or relying on engagement or blaming. I never blamed anyone because I always took full responsibility for it. So I knew that my business also attracted lots of different types of clients, and most businesses do. And lots of different clients came in for different reasons. So like everyone would get spray tans or hair extensions, but I also did eyelash extensions too, but that wasn't the main service. We were definitely more known for tanning and hair extensions. But everyone had different reasons for them. You know, some girls would come in because they had thin hair like me and they wanted it to look thicker. Some people just wanted like the long mermaid Barbie doll look. Some people just wanted them really natural. Some people wanted them really fake. Some people wanted natural or fake tan. Some people were going to weddings. Some people were going out clubbing, you know. So I made sure that I had, and this has got the money bags right here, I made sure that I had different ads talking to each type of person individually for different reasons why they wanted things. So this is a massive advertising and marketing hack, tip, whatever you want to call it, money-making strategy. Don't just try and write one ad and make it cover everything and talk to everyone. That's one, lazy. Two, doesn't work that well. Can, but you'll have much bigger and better success, and you'll actually get more clients if you get more specific rather than trying to make one thing talk to everyone. So that just made sense to me in my mind, because I was like, if I saw an ad from someone else that was really specifically talking to me and my problem, I paid attention to it. And if I saw an ad that wasn't directly talking to me, it was like pretty vague or whatever, then I'm like, scroll past. So I was like, duh. So every ad or post that I wrote, or every email that I sent out to my database, even my website, when I was writing the text for my website, pages on my website, I imagine I was writing it to the exact person who needed or wanted what I was selling. Same thing. I just put myself in the customer's shoes. I'm like, well, look, I pay attention to things when they're talking directly to me or about my current situations and problems. So it just makes sense to do that. So this got me so many clients, and it made me so much money. And I just believe it's what set me apart from so many other businesses that were just trying to be too vague, too vanilla, too safe, too boring, too just predictable, and yet playing it safe. So eventually, though, after 8 years of growing these salons and my wholesale range, me being me, started to get bored, started to get restless, wanted a change. I didn't have kids at that point yet either. So and also I'd realized that a lot of other businesses, business owners, and even a lot of the hair extension or hair salons that I was supplying hair to were asking me, like, at least a couple of times a week, people were asking me how I was doing my social media posts, how I was boosting my posts, how I was writing my posts. People were trying to copy my posts, people were trying to copy my ads. I got copied a lot. At first, I let it annoy me, and then I was like, whatever, mine is still working better than yours, and I've got more ideas. Anyway, and if you know what I mean, like if you've had a good idea and someone's tried to copy you, it's really annoying, but also waste of energy to obsess over it too much. So yeah, a lot of people were asking me like what I was doing in my business so that I didn't have to work in it either, or how I'd imported my own product range, how I was just overseas traveling while I had 3 shops running, like a lot of questions coming through. So I listened to what people are asking, and I was like, well, there's a business opportunity there. I could potentially help people to do that or teach people to do that. At that time, I had no idea what coaching was. I had no idea what consulting was. I'd never even taken an online course before in my life before I sold my first one. So I started a little side hustle from the beauty business and started making YouTube videos, and I started a Facebook group. So the Facebook group is called Coffee with Carissa, because my vision for that was like, I'm going to have this group filled with thousands of people, and I'm just going to go live and have a coffee and talk to them. Like, that just makes sense. That was my vision for that. And then on YouTube, I never went like really, really all in with YouTube, but I made like a YouTube video once a week, and had a decent number of subscribers and people liking my videos and stuff. And I would just share what I was doing and what I'd done. So then I started to make money from that. Once again, did exactly the same thing to start off with, started doing either free or really cheap coaching calls, because I didn't know what I was doing and I needed the practice. I was like, how do I know that what works for me is going to work for anyone else? And I don't know how to teach people what I'm doing. I just know how to do what I'm doing. So I started doing that really cheap or for free. And then people started getting really good results and making a lot of money and growing their businesses. So I was like, sweet, this is my new vision, right? New vision was to just become someone that helps other people grow their businesses now. So I decided to sell all my salons. I sold most of them individually, sold the wholesale range. Sadly, the people that bought my salon, the lady that bought my salons and the lady that bought the wholesale range, kept it for like a year to a year and a half. They weren't as obsessed with me and as me, sorry, not with me. And they ended up closing the business. So that was disappointing. I was upset about it. I know that's happened to a lot of people that have sold their baby businesses as well. And it's sad, but also it's just a part of your life experience and life journey. But I had a new vision now. I had a new focus, new vision, new mission, and I was really busy working towards that instead. So my new obsession was to help other business owners to improve their marketing, start running ads, believe in themselves more, improve their branding, grow their audiences, get their businesses making way more money, and getting it running without them needing to do everything themselves. This is a personal preference thing. I've realized not everyone wants to remove themselves completely from their business. That's fine. I did. Some people just want to remove themselves 1 to 2 days a week. Some people just want the option to when they need to. Personal preference. I started helping people write posts for them. I was writing hundreds of posts, hundreds of ads for lots and lots of salons, but also lots of other industries. You know, I've had fruit and veggies, tattoo studios, mechanics, yoga, fitness, personal training, like so many other industries as well. The same kind of stuff applies for any business. It's all just understanding people. And then I started creating like videos and courses to show people exactly how to write ads, how to run ads, how to boost posts, how to get clients in Messenger, how to, keep clients coming back, and just every little thing that they needed to do to get their business like as busy as possible. And it worked really, really well. So I was changing lives every week. I was getting good feedback every day. I was helping some people who had been struggling for years to finally know what to do. They just needed that one little thing that would click for them, and then they're like, "Oh my god, yay!" And I helped a lot of people to be able to double the amount of money that they were making. Some people tripled or quadrupled the amount of money that they were making. Like some people were doing 5K months, and then they ended up doing 20K months, and then they ended up doing 80K months like a few years later. And some people started off making like $1,500 a week, and then within like 12 weeks they were making $3,000 a week, and then in another 12 weeks they were making $5,000 a week, and then having 10K months, 20K months. So it just, once your marketing's working, you just grow. You just can't stop it then. It's like just this snowball effect. So I started helping people to, like, they made enough money to pay off their debt. They made enough money to buy their house. They bought new cars. They started traveling. They were able to hire new employees or more employees. They're able to systemize their business. They were able to work from home, either full-time or a couple days a week, all just from improving their social media posts and learning how to advertise properly and learning how to advertise well. And I just love it. It's so powerful. And because I think this is the key as well in both of my businesses, because I was more obsessed with helping people to get results that they wanted than I was even focused on the amount of money that I wanted to make. I ended up making $100,000 a month as a side effect within 4 years. So I went from, in the beauty business, I went from like, a home little dingy salon the first year to having 5 salons in like the 4th or the 5th year, and they were all running without me. And then in the coaching business, I started with no followers and nothing, or like 100 followers of people that I just knew, to like 20,000 followers, several hundreds of clients, and making $1 million a year within 4 years. And in both businesses, as you've heard me explain, I was not obsessed with the amount of money that I was trying to make. My goal was always to get more clients coming in with the marketing, but it was more about helping people and giving them a good time and getting them to like what I was doing and like my brand. And money just comes from that. So sometimes that little focus shift makes a massive difference. So then when I started making big money myself, then I started to buy things for myself as well. So I bought my dream house, which is on top of a mountain, and I bought the rainforest next door to the house so I don't have any neighbors. And I bought my dream car, and then I had 2 kids, and I hired my husband to work in the business so that he didn't have to, so that he could, mind the kids while I ran the business, and we traveled a lot and everything. That relationship didn't work out. The marriage didn't work out either in the end, but that's a different story. I'm not going to go into that too much. I am in a beautiful relationship now with a fantastic man who also has 2 kids. He's very driven and positive and optimistic as well. We treat each other really well. We're really happy. So that's just a part of the story sometimes. But my growth strategy has been the same in both of these successful businesses, I believe. It's create a brand that stands out, do things that get attention of the type of people that you want to work with and who you want to help, you shouldn't just be focusing on trying to attract anyone who has money or anyone who wants to buy these things. Like, I know some people that watch my videos and consume my content, they get me, they like me, they're like, oh my God, Carissa, same, or like, I feel really comfortable with you, or you're really real, or whatever. And then there's some people who probably just think I'm chaotic and annoying, and that's fine, because they're probably not my people either. So you know who you're talking to, know who you want to help. You need to become obsessed with growing your brand, not just getting clients. And you need to be obsessed with growing the audience of the right people who like your vibe, your style, what you have to share. And become kind of obsessed with, like, as many people as possible need to know you exist. And you need to be obsessed with them, and you need to be obsessed with understanding them, not just always thinking about, I need more money, I need more clients. Like, really obsess over who the people are that you're trying to help and what you're trying to help them with. Everything you do needs to be for them, not for yourself. And your results will come as a result of helping others. So, once again, little money makers down here, you need to be focusing on the things that make the most money. That's your job as the business owner, as the CEO, as the visionary, as the entrepreneur. Your job is to focus on the things that make the most money and that are going to bring the most money in. And delegate as many repetitive and time-consuming tasks as you can, so that you have time to actually think and learn and work on growing your business. Because if you don't, you're just going to stay stuck struggling for ages. And this does depend on your personality type and your strengths and weaknesses too. Like, some people just hate doing the social media marketing and they don't want to do it. In that case, delegate that. Find someone who's really good at that, get them to do it. Hands up, I can help over here if you need that. Or some people want to learn and want to get good at it, and you can learn how to do that as well. And some people shouldn't be working in their business because they're literally just an employee, and they're costing their business money by not working on it and not growing the business, and they just stay stuck for ages. You also want to try and understand people as much as you can. You need to understand your team members, your clients, really get to know what goes through their heads. It helps your leadership, your marketing, and your sales so much. And all the money bags. If you want your business to double or triple, which you can do, it's possible. I've done it, helped people do it so many times within the next 3 months, the next 6 months, or the next 12 months. This is my purpose. This is my mission. This is what I do. I can help you make that happen. Yes, for realsies, it can be your life from now on. I help people do it every single day. No, it doesn't cost too much. No, it's not going to take you too much time. No, it's not going to be too hard. It's thousands of people of all levels of business, from starting right at the start and opening their first shop to people that have multiple employees and are already kind of successful and just really want to scale up and level up, or, promote themselves, step back a little bit. Have done this. No matter where you are right now, you can grow and improve. I just really believe with my whole heart that if you're an entrepreneur and if you started a business, or if you bought a business and you want to be a business owner, that it should be supporting a really amazing life for you. You are an owner, you are a creator, you are not an employee. You deserve to be being paid really well. Your business should be making a lot of profit. You should be making heaps of money, and you should have the freedom of choice of when and where you work from. You should be able to have amazing holidays, to be able to afford them, to be able to take the time for them, have really great experiences with your partner, with your friends, with your children, with your family, whenever you want to, as frequently as you want to throughout the year, as many times as you want, because you can, because you have the money and you have the options to. We only get this one life. We should be living it to our fullest abilities, and we can if we choose to. So you also want to be able to, I think, be able to give your employees great lives, to give them, bonuses when they need it, or you want to, when they've done a great job, to help their dreams come true through working with you. Not everyone is an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants to have a business. Some people are really great employees, and like, we as leaders get to support other people's whole lives if we do a good job of that as well. And also to help so many people and so many clients with your work and what you do and what you help people with. A successful business that's working really well is literally a win for everyone involved, for you, for the staff, for the clients. It's all just people. So it does all just come down to your mindset, your marketing, and your systems. So if you are interested in getting some help to make this happen, and like if you're feeling inspired and motivated right now, send me a message on Instagram. Just go to my Instagram, it's Carissa Hill Coach, and just send me a DM saying I watched the mini course. And feel free to tell me a little bit about your business or what's happening for you right now too, if you want to. I love hearing about it. And then I can send you my current options for what I think would help you grow the most. If you can, just let me know like what your business is, how much you're currently making, what you want to be making. And yeah, I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to make that happen. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I hope you feel motivated. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you might have had at least one idea or like a mindset shift or thought shift or something that can help you, that's going to help you grow. And I hope that you might be interested in us working together so that I can watch your business grow, that I can see your business grow as much as possible. Also, if you want to see a lot of my students' results, I've got literally hundreds of screenshots. They're all over my Instagram. Just go to Carissa Hill Coach on Instagram. There's highlights up the top called clients where there's heaps of them, or you can look all through my reels. I've got tons of results. I just share them all the time. Thank you so much for watching me. I hope you loved this. All right. I hope it was worth it for you. Bye.